During the Great Depression, entire families survived off sandwiches made from onion slices and mustard. That wasn't just a snack, it was dinner. Today, we're diving into 25 poor man sandwiches your grandparents knew by heart. Some clever, some bizarre, and one so infamous it's banned in prison kitchens. One sandwich literally helped build American cities. Which of these sandwiches would you still eat today? Drop your answer below. And bonus points if your family had a weird sandwich recipe passed down. We're building a Depression-era cookbook, comment by comment. 1. Lard and salt sandwich. What sounds like a dare today was once a survival staple. Lard spread on bread with a sprinkle of salt gave families a day's energy for pennies. High in calories, cheap in bulk, and shelf-stable. Poverty's power food. Farm kids used to trade these for jelly sandwiches if they got lucky. 2. Onion and mustard sandwich. Your eyes might water just hearing it. But this spicy, sharp combo was a working man's wake-up call. The bite of raw onion and tangy mustard cut through hunger and stretched paychecks. Bold flavors meant less was more, frugality with a punch. Today's equivalent? Probably that 3 a.m. gas station hot dog. 3. Ketchup sandwich. It sounds like a joke, but for many, it was real. A slice of white bread topped with ketchup made an instant meal when food ran out. Tomatoes gave it acidity, sugar gave a weird comfort. It was dessert and dinner. YouTube challenge. Recreate it without flinching. 4. Sugar and butter sandwich. A guilty pleasure from lean times. This sandwich delivered sugar highs and nostalgia. Slathered butter and a sprinkle of sugar on cheap white bread meant joy, however small. 2 basics, 1 sweet result. Poverty with sprinkles. Kids begged for it like it was cake. 5. Mayonnaise and banana sandwich. It sounds horrifying, but this southern favorite packed calories fast. Sweet banana with tangy mayo was oddly creamy and filling on soft bread. Don't knock it till you try it. Poor man's pudding in sandwich form. Elvis's cousin would approve. 6. Fried bologna sandwich. You could smell it before you saw it. Sizzling bologna meant dinner. A hot skillet and a cheap meat slice turned simple bread into something indulgent. Sear both sides, bubble the edges, add mustard. Suddenly you're rich in flavor. Still sold in diners across the South. 7. Tomato and lettuce sandwich. Hold the bacon. It was like a BLT, but without the bacon, or sometimes the mayo. Fresh from the garden, this minimalist bite was crunchy, juicy, and affordable. No meat, no problem. Just fresh produce and a dash of salt. You don't miss what you can't afford. 8. Peanut butter and pickle sandwich. Sweet meets sour in this love it or hate it classic. Pickles cut the thickness of peanut butter with a vinegary snap, stretching the jar. Protein, salt, acid, crunch. All boxes checked on a shoestring. TikTok would call it chaotically balanced. 9. Cold hot dog sandwich. No grill? No problem. A cold hot dog between 2 slices of bread did the trick. Protein on the go, no heat needed, and 0 waste from yesterday's leftovers. Depression-era meal prep was raw, real, and ready. Add mustard and call it gourmet. 10. Cornbread and milk sandwich. Not your average sandwich, but yes, it counts. Crumbled cornbread in a glass of milk was spooned out like cereal, often replacing full meals. This was comfort food for those with no meat, just grit. Think of it as poor man's parfait. 11. Molasses bread sandwich. Molasses was a pantry hero. Cheap, calorie-dense, and shelf-stable. Spread onto bread, it delivered sweetness with iron-rich syrup that fueled full days. Sticky, sweet, and surprisingly sustaining. The original pre-workout bar. 12. Leftover mashed potato sandwich. Waste nothing. If you had potatoes, they became tomorrow's sandwich. Cold mashed potatoes between bread made a starchy, heavy filler that curbed hunger. No butter, just salt and grit. Survival over satisfaction. The original carb bomb. 13. Sardine sandwich. If you could afford the tin, this was pure protein. Salty, oily, and long-lasting, sardines slapped onto white bread became an instant meal. High in omega-3s, low in cost, heart food for the hungry. Still, a pantry hack in coastal towns. 14. Raisin bread and mayo sandwich. You read that right, raisins and mayo. Some families had only raisin bread and leftover condiments, so they made it work. It's sweet, savory, and strange, but hey, it filled stomachs. Poor man's bread pudding, minus the oven. 15. Butter and radish sandwich. A slice of refinement in lean times. Thinly sliced radishes over buttered bread offered a crisp bite, almost elegant. This one started poor and ended up gourmet in French cafes. Sometimes poverty invents trends. 16. Egg and vinegar sandwich. Ever had scrambled eggs with vinegar between two slices of bread? It was tangy, soft, and a surprising staple when meat was gone but chickens still laid. Vinegar added shelf life and punch. Scrappy and smart. Some say it's the origin of today's egg salad. 17. Potato chip sandwich. Crunchy, salty, and embarrassingly simple. Just chips smashed between bread. Kids loved it for the texture. Parents loved it for the price. No protein, no problem. Just loud chewing and full bellies. Today's version, gas station lunch on a road trip. 18. Scrapple sandwich. Scrapple was the ultimate nose-to-tail meat solution, nothing wasted. Fried slices between bread made for a dense, savory survival sandwich in factory towns. Pig parts, cornmeal, spices, all packed into one loaf. Poor man's pâté. Pennsylvania Dutch style. 19. Cabbage sandwich. If all you had was cabbage, you learned to love it. Steamed or raw, it was piled on bread with butter, vinegar, or mayo for bulk and crunch. Cabbage was cheap, filling, and grew like a weed. This one screams wartime rationing. 20. Bologna and peanut butter sandwich. It's a clash of titans. Meat and peanut spread. This oddball combination showed up when fridges were bare and pride took a back seat. Salt, fat, protein, and sticky resilience. Surprisingly, it works if you're hungry enough. 21. Biscuit and gravy sandwich. Take leftover gravy, slap it inside a biscuit. No plate required. This southern staple didn't need meat to feel hearty. Made from flour, milk, and grease, it was humble and hot. Poor man's fuel, eaten on the go. 22. Apple butter sandwich. When fruit was in season, families canned it fast, and apple butter was king. Spread onto bread, it became a naturally sweet lunch packed with nostalgia and nutrients. Apples and sugar lasted through winter. One jar, dozens of meals. Grandma's favorite, hands down. 23. Cornbread and collard sandwich. Don't underestimate how creative families got with leftovers. Leftover cornbread and cooked greens made a sandwich of earthy, southern survival. Fiber, vitamins, and soul in every bite. Today, it's on brunch menus for $14. 24. Liverwurst sandwich. You either loved it or wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot fork. Liverwurst was cheap, rich in nutrients, and spreadable, perfect for sandwiches on a dime. Iron-heavy and unforgettable, hunger didn't give you a choice. The original multivitamin on rye. 25. Peanut butter and lard sandwich. This one was peak desperation. With peanut butter too thin, lard added bulk. It was dense, fatty, and strange, but it kept kids full until bedtime. Protein meets pure fat. These sandwiches weren't gourmet. They were gritty, greasy, and sometimes gross. but they fed generations during America's hardest times, through Dust Bowls, depressions, and war. They remind us creativity thrives under pressure, and survival makes chefs out of everyone. Want more forgotten meals from the past? Or vintage recipes that shaped history? We've got another food time capsule video coming next.